Patience is power. This is the piece that most people are missing. Patience is absolute. And patience is something that took me a long time to acquire, and even to this day is something that you have to work on every day. Pretty much everything that you do, the person that you want to become, is a choice that you have to make every single day. You don't just work up to be this person and you've achieved it. It's not like saving up money to buy a car and you have this car. The best way you can understand personal development and to become the person that you want to be is like cleaning a room. You finally clean your room, and now is at the state that you want it to be. Is that you finally get rid of all the negative thoughts, all the negative things that you have in your mind that made you think how you were before, your negative habits. Now the way you think is how you want it to be, so your room is clean. Understand, if you don't look after this room, if you don't look after your thoughts, you don't gather information, you don't watch the thoughts that are coming in, the things that you're doing, you don't pay attention to your habits, you need to understand it's like the room. Once you clean it, it doesn't stay clean forever. You put one jacket here, a bit of dust comes. That's why you have to do constant maintenance. You have to constantly clean this room. And it's the same thing with our thoughts and our actions of the person that we want to become. You have to constantly work on this person. That's why personal development is one of the greatest things. Us as humans, the humans are the only creatures on this earth that need and crave progression. We find progression in other things. Everyone just thinks of external ways to fill that void. Many people buy cars, buy clothes, and then they still feel upset. You need to understand that the reason you feel upset is because there's something inside of you that you need to fix. Whether it be that you're feeling insecure, that you don't feel confident, that you're not happy with your physique. Because if this is triggering, if this right now, what I'm saying to you, it gets to a point where you feel offended, is a good sign. Because there's two things that happens when you watch my stories, or there's things that I tell you. If it offends you, you have two options. One, you listen to what I say and I become your best friend. Or two, you don't listen to what I say and you hate me for telling you the truth, and you see it and it offends you because you know you're not going to do anything about it. So that's two things that happen. So patience is one of the biggest things that we need to acquire, because most of the time we stay on the right track to change things that we want to change. We want to go to the gym, we want to finish that university degree, anything that you want to do. Patience is the most important thing. Why is patience the most important thing? Because most of the time you are on the right track, you're doing all the right things, but you don't hold off for long enough. Everyone says, I've tried, but did you actually try? Because if you're on the right track, doing the right things, you didn't suffer long enough. Because if you suffered long enough, you will get to the place. Is that you want to get to a destination, you drive your car and you have to get from point A to point B. There will be obstacles along the way. You need to top up your petrol, your tire must have burst, things happen. So you are on the right track, but unforeseen occurrences happen. And they always tend to happen, especially on the journey of self-development. Problems will always arise. These are tests. These are tests of character to build you and create the person that you want to become. These are tests. So you're on this journey, and you're on this car journey, hypothetical car journey, and your tire punctures. Do you just say, I tried, and give up? No, because you're going to get to that destination. You fix that puncture, there's a little setback, you continue. The second part, you need to top up petrol. You don't sit at the petrol station, there's a minor setback. You spend some time topping up petrol and then you get to your destination. Then you go around, there's a roadblock. What do? You have to go a bit off tour, but you stay on track because you know where you have to get to. It's the same thing with life. You're on the right track, but you're not patient enough until you get there. But I've tried, you haven't tried for long enough, because if you're doing the right thing, you will get there. The best example I can say to you, if you go to a gym and your coach says lift a dumbbell, bicycle, do it every single day. If you do it every single day, whether you like it or not, as a byproduct, you will get a bicep. You will get strong. You will have an athletic physique. Why? Because all you're thinking about is lifting the weight every single day. As a byproduct, you get to the way you have to go. It's like following a navigation system, a GPS. It tells you, follow this direction, do that, and it'll take you to your end result. So you know where you want to go is the end result, but you're not focused on the end result. All you're focused on is listening to the GPS. All you're focused on is following the navigation system, and it will take you to where you want to go, because you're following the roadmap that it leaves. And that's the same thing with us. You need to be patient. Patience is power. Most of the time you're on the right track, but you see someone else doing something and they become successful in that thing, and then you try to go on that. And then when you start to do that and you're getting somewhere, you see someone else be successful in something else and you try to do that. So you're jumping from side to side. It's like chasing the wind. You're losing direction. You're spending a lot of energy. You are working, but you're going nowhere. Just focus on going to one direction and see it through. And it's the same thing. That's why you should never compare yourself. You're not in a competition with anyone else. You're in a competition with yourself. That's why I say, make sure what you do today is better than, make sure what you do today, what you can do today to make sure it gets you closer to where you want to be tomorrow. That's the most important thing, because it's all about percentages. You need to give 90, 100% every single day. Give your 100% every single day. The thing is, understand, if someone gives you $200, I give you $200, the guy next to me gives you $200, $210, which one has more value? You would say the one with $210, but you don't take into account the percentages. So if I gave you $200 and all I had was $200, and the guy that gave you $210 has $200,000 in the account, which one has more value? Well, my one, because I gave you everything and he gave you a small fraction. So that's what tends to happen. You just see the icing on the cake. You don't see the process behind it. You don't see everything. So that's why it's all about percentages. Make sure you do what you can do, and that's the most important thing. So stay on track, keep on going. If you're on the right direction, make sure you have guidance. Follow someone that you want to be like. If you don't know how to do it, if you feel confused, lost, you have so many tools. This video that you're watching is giving you is advice. You have my stories on Instagram. You have podcasts. There's so many ways that you don't have to invest money to get to where you want to be. You just need to be resourceful, listen, and take action. The best thing I could have done was get a mentor, and it's something that I advise you to get. If you can afford a mentor, buy his highest ticket so you can have that close access to them, and they can show you how they've done what you want to do. Listen to someone that has what you want, and they will teach you. That's what I done, and it's the best advice I can give you. It doesn't have to be my coaching, it could be someone else's coaching, but make sure you have a mentor, someone that you listen to, because your environment and that person that you're close with is going to teach you so much. You can get it from free podcasts, this YouTube video now, my Instagram stories. There is ways around it. If you want me to mentor you and you want to take this on another level, DM me 100 on Instagram and we'll get you to where you want to become and discover your strongest self. Let's go.